You throw away the outside and then you cook the inside. Then you eat the outside and throw away the inside. What am I? Stay tuned. Believe it or not, it was 1 week ago today that I was talking to you all in a t-shirt, sweating from working so hard out here. It was a bright sunny day, 75 degrees, and now it is 25 degrees with snow all over the ground. You believe that? That is Ohio in mid-March. Okay, the pigs hear me coming. I got a little treat for them. Alright guys, this is your little snack before I give you your real breakfast. You ready? Come on. Good morning. Here you go. See how this tastes. Ready? You like that? Alright. Let's get some animals fed around here, huh? Okay, pigs. Cold out here, but it's worse because it's actually kind of windy, so you can really feel that it's biting at you. Alright, Meadow. Let's get some water. That's your water dish, frozen solid. Come on, girl. Hey. There you go, huh? Good morning, boys. Ready for some breakfast? Watch yourself here. Watch out. Get out of the way. Go. I'm in the buck pen right now, just to try to give you an idea of the size. I don't know if I can. There's one corner right here. It's plenty, just plenty for 2 bucks. They can eat it down pretty good, but there's a lot of weedy growth that comes up here in the summer. Actually, this will be the first full summer, so we'll see how good it does. They ate it down pretty good last year. They came in the summer and fall, so we'll see how good it does growing back up and supplying food for the 2 bucks. I don't know if I told you this or not, but this pile of concrete came from a neighbor. I actually asked him for it because goats love to climb. But all goats except myotonic goats, they don't like to climb too well, because if they faint when they're up on something, they're gonna fall a long way. So Zero climbed on this a lot. He loved it. And I wanted some rocky or concrete or cement structures so that it could keep their hooves trimmed, and it seemed to work great on Zero. But the myotonics, they don't like it too much, so there it all sits. So yeah, I'm still thinking about where to house Zero, what to do with him. as these two munch on their breakfast. Can you see them in there? I don't know if you can or not. Okay guys, I gotta go. How you doing, young man? How you doing? It is awfully windy out here today. If you can see some of the wind here. It just slowed down right when I started talking. How rude. But I think that this cold front that came in is going to blow out of here today. And in a couple days it's supposed to be upwards of 70 again. Right now it's in the mid-20s. So hopefully we'll be getting some spring-like weather here. Crossing my fingers. In case you all haven't seen in prior videos, the reason why Zero, who is a Wether, was in this pen by himself is because my big black buck, Kubo, he's over there now, he had a companion named Bruno. He was the all gray buck, which is, of course, her daddy. He had an accident and died. So Kubo was left alone. Goats like to have companions. They need that camaraderie. So I wanted to get a friend for Kubo, and I got Zero as a Wether to keep him company. And they were put in that buck pen where Kubo is now. The two of them over there. And they became real buddies. I mean, they were great together. The problem arises when we wanted to change up the bloodline, give us a little bit more variety, so we needed more than one buck. And we had more than one buck when Bruno was here, so we wanted to get back to that scenario. So I traded two of my does, a mother and daughter, Halo and Shadow, for Ringo, the buck. So now I have two bucks and a Wether. The Wether is to keep somebody company that needs another goat. Well, Kubo and Ringo don't really need another goat, and their area is a little bit too small to comfortably house 3 bucks and feed them adequately from the pasture itself. So I brought Zero over to Meadow to keep her company because her mom and sister were gone and she was alone. And that was instantly an issue because Zero, even though he's a Wether, acts very bucky, extremely bucky, and was pestering Meadow constantly, causing her stress, causing her anxiety. She would faint all the time, she would hide from him all the time, and he was relentless. So I put him in that little birthing pen area to try to figure things out, and it looks like that it worked for a while because he was able to see and talk to Meadow, and he still had an area that he could move around in and, you know, be sort of free. But now, when I cleaned out his stall to move Meadow over there, he had just a couple of minutes of interaction with Meadow again, who is pregnant and does not need stress, and he went right back at it. I mean, he knocked her down, and she fainted, and she's bleeding, not bleeding, bleating, and, you know, she would come over to me to try to hide behind me and say, "Get this thing off me." So I had to put her in the second birthing pen while I cleaned out Zero's pen, because he was just constantly harassing her. So my conundrum is this, my issue is this: what do I do with Zero now that I have 2 bucks that are company together? Meadow will have a kid or 2 pretty soon that will keep her company, and he right there, he did it again. He chases Danky and tries to headbutt him all the time to keep him out of the pasture and out of the stalls. But Danky and Piper the dog and Meadow all sleep together in this stall, but Zero's not having any of that. So I'm not sure what to do with him. He can't be left alone with the girls, even though he can't do anything, he is causing them a lot of stress. And I don't think I want to put him back with the bucks, although I could, because there's just not enough room for the area for them to graze and eat and have enough food, pasture food. I mean, obviously I could feed them grain and additional supplements and work it that way, but I want to try to get away from that. So it's a bit of a problem, and I don't know what to do about it. We'll see. So in this birthing pen is this, for lack of a better word, warm-up area for the kids. That hole is big enough for them to get into, and the electric, there's a heat lamp in there, and the electric runs from there to this. It isn't plugged in right now, but it's up high enough that the goats can't get at it, or it won't hurt them, but it just heats up the whole enclosure, so it's really nice. And I'll show you that whenever I use it for the kids. Well, it was just yesterday that all the ground was covered with snow. I mean, it was a pretty good coating on the ground, and it got warm enough. I think in the afternoon, man, it melted just instantly. I think right now it's above freezing, like 34. Hey guys, where are you? I'm coming. So there's almost no snow on the ground anymore. A couple patches, but that's it. Right now I'm gonna go out into the goat yard here and clean up some of the brush that I've trimmed up during the winter. It's covering up a lot of area that it could be used for grazing. So that is my next project, which I'm gonna hit right now. A couple of weeks ago, I cleaned out the boar pen of all the trees I cut down and bushes and said I was going to have a bonfire. Well, wouldn't you know that ever since that day it has rained or snowed or been super cold, so we haven't been able to have one. But I cleared out a lot of brush from the goat pen today, and I'm going to try to burn some stuff right now just to get it over with. I have a little spark going in here, right in there. I don't know if you can see it. We'll see if it catches. The problem is with this kind of burning is that everything is so loose and filled with air because it's just widespread branches like this stuff right here. So it's really hard to catch sometimes. So it takes several burnings. You burn it down once, get all the stuff that didn't burn, put it in the middle, burn it again, and probably by the third time you got it very well burned down. So we'll see how it goes, okay? Looks like it started to catch a little bit. Oh yeah. That's always awesome. Oh, by the way, a lot of times for my bonfires, I have saved all the pig and chicken and goat food bags and just stuffed them into each other real hard, real tight. So and then you can start that burning, and it's a great fire starter. And that's what I did in here. There was a couple of those bundles of bags. The time is coming soon where I'm going to give about half the pig feed that I normally give and none of the alfalfa pellets. The alfalfa pellets were a supplement to their grazing habits in the spring, summer, and fall. The greenery that they usually get. They can't get any of that in the winter, so I have to supplement with alfalfa. And it was funny because at first they really didn't like it, so they would eat around it, but eventually they ate every bit of it. I also do that with the male goats, the bucks, because if you give them a regular goat food, goat grain, as a consistent diet, oftentimes they will be prone to kidney stones, and it is not a pretty sight when a buck gets a kidney stone. It could be lethal if it isn't treated right or found soon enough. So I give them alfalfa pellets, sunflower seeds as their food in the winter, as well as hay. So they're doing really well, but soon the fields will be growing up with grass and weeds, and that will take care of most of the goat and most of the pig food. Like I said, the pig's ration will go down by at least half. The goats, very little grain. I will give them hay. They will graze, and I'll give them a treat of grain, maybe a small amount at night. But they do fine, and they're very healthy, very happy. And I'm happy too. I love our barn cats. They are great mousers. I would recommend them to anybody that has a mouse or rat problem. They take care of the situation perfectly. The only thing going against them, I mean, Rocca over there is a good cat, but not very friendly. You can't really approach her. Danky, on the other hand, is a great cat, very friendly. Where are you? Very friendly, very approachable, loves to be petted, loves to hang around you. But both of them have seemed to make their bathrooms exactly in places I don't want them to. This entryway right here is total cat litter. This entryway to the chicken coop, total, where am I? Total cat litter. And I just saw Danky in here. This is a birthing stall, and he uses this for his bathroom. I'm like, ugh. Don't know how to break him of that. Don't know if it's super necessary. I mean, I just clean it up all the time, but it's like, ugh. Because cat poop, it is stinky, and it is soft, so it sticks all over you, and it just gets all over everything. And when it's in the straw, you step in that, and it's a big clump on your boot. I don't know. I have to think about something about how to fix that, but I don't know if it is fixable. We'll see. The answer is an ear of corn. You like that? Well, thank you so much for watching and joining me as we go on this hobby farm journey together. Please like and subscribe to continue being a part of all the adventures and stories that happen on Rubber Soul Farm. There's two issues, as you can see from this video, that I need to deal with. One is a hyperactive Wether, and the other is a large portion of usable stall area being used as a cat toilet. Both of those things needs addressed. Right now, I just keep zero separated and clean up the cat poop when it gets too bad, but I have to fix those things. Let me think about it for a while. Maybe you can, give me some suggestions. Also, don't forget to submit a riddle, and I'll give you a shout out if I use it. I hope we can spend more time together on the farm, but until then, enjoy your animals and take care of yourselves.